Coach, it's dreary and miserable throughout much of the Midwest, but we've got football to perk up our spirits. That's the good news. At Paul Brown Stadium, that's where we're at here in Cincinnati. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And we are underway from Cincinnati. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Coleman. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. They'll look to throw. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. They'll run with Coleman on first down. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Second and 6. He's going deep for Brown. It's caught inside the 25. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Hollywood, Marquise Brown, 60 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Ready? Come on. 58, come on. All day, all day, all day.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. Space to maneuver at the 40. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon, 74 yards, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go. On the double.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Switch.
Now a play fake here on first down. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Credit the sack to Malik Jefferson.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Move. Easy. Come on. Easy.
2nd and 15. This will be caught by Brown. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. How about the first quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive.
I think that he likes the fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings. For some reason, it builds up. For this guy, day game, and he is off and running. You're exactly right. 100 might be conservative with the start that he's had here in the first quarter.
Yeah, by the numbers, he's on pace for 200-plus right now. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 42-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Watch the ship. Hey, rotate.
To throw is Jackson. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Jackson now. That's complete to John Ross. And he's taken down inside the 30.
Let's go.
It's a gain of 14 yards. And the Bengals first down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Down. 30 base. Hey, come on. Wait.
Mixon with a first down carry. Earl Thomas in on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Danny.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Ready. Touchdown. Watch the run. They're running it.
On third down, Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown, and pick it off, just as we saw there.
Coleman, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Bravo.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. He's going deep for Brown. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Ravens have retaken the lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythical?
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
You got nothing to that.
On first down, it's Coleman. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards to pick up there, good for a Raven first.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack.
10-yard loss on the play. It's 2nd down.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. over the middle, and it's complete. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for third down.
A gain of 18 yards, but it brings up third down.
50 seconds to Mike. Here we go, here we go.
Back to throw here. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And now the throw hauled in by Green. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati first down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. This is Mixon on the draw. He takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On third down, Jackson. He's got his man here. It's Green. A Bengal first down on a 16-yard pickup there.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Strip that ball.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson gets around him, finding Green complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
48 Mike. Me and you all day. I'm coming after you. Mike.
To throw on 3rd down, Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
And he missed it. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. It was Jordan Evans making the play defensively. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Let's see what you got.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
From the 41, Jackson. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's see, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you... call that second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Here we go. Set. We go with the plan. Let's go. Let him know.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he takes it across midfield to the 45. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
So we got man. 80 weapons. Under crunch.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Mike 48. Check 48's the mic. Check 48.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. A good pickup there, 21 yards. This quarterback now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. From the gun, Jackson looking for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Let's get on time.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going deep for Brown. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 18. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. First possession in the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. Trying to lay one up deep. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. 59 yards as the Ravens push further out in front. So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2.
Big stop, let's go. 57, Mike, 57. I'm scared.
They'll look to throw. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Jackson now to throw again. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that?
He made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
They'll run on first down. Nixon. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
48 Mike.
From the 36, Jackson is going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. He's got his man, Boyd. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. On first down, Nixon. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Once again, they run with Nixon. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Jackson. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast, and a big sack. With it is Brown. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack by Robert Quinn. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. On second down, it's Coleman. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one. Big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Here's Matt Bosher now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Jackson going deep downfield for Ross. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing it.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates, and he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw. A free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. He'll have a first down past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They go play action here on first down. Buying time to his left. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. 2nd and 5. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Robert Quinn picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it. But it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. They'll run on first down. Mixon, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Now it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. John Ross, the one he was looking for. And it'll bring up 3rd down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
And the Bengals on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 11. Jackson operating from the gun. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Matt Judon able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here now, Johnny Townsend as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Set, 8, read, hard. Get him, get him, get him.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. On the crossing route, complete. It's Gray. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On first down, it's Coleman, and he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. They'll look to throw here. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
You hate to give the ball away here in the 4th quarter while you're just holding a slim lead, but that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Begin. Watch the edge.
To throw is Jackson. Throwing again to Mixon on the check down. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
Fourth down, here's Jackson. And no, it's incomplete. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
Here we go. 50. 25. Check 25.
They'll run on first down. Coleman. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They will run again with Coleman. And he will be stopped here for no gain, and then it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. He'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will extend their lead even further. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Let's go. And let's get that ball, dude. Let's get that ball right here. Tight dog. Tight neutral. Quicker.
Now Jackson on 1st down. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off at the 33. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. On 2nd down now. It's Coleman. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They'll keep it on the ground. Coleman. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And just how they envision the start of the season, kneeling it down, defense can't stop the clock. This one's a winner.
You know, it's really strange. I think a lot of people think that the kneel-down practice stuff really only happens like one time a week. The best teams I know, they practice starting back in OTAs. They want them to visualize winning a game and how great that feels, and they got it done in this one.
Yep, a knee gets them to 1-0. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Baltimore, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.